Hi friends! Today I'm making Persian style chicken. It's so easy to pair this with your favorite rice dish or for a midweek dinner. It is so easy and so delicious. It'll be on your favorite rotation soon. Okay, so the way that I like to do it is cooking it in the oven first at a high heat instead of searing it on the stovetop, which I find can be a little bit messy for me. I prefer to have it all contained in the oven. So let me show you what I'm going to do. First off, I have a bowl of chicken drumsticks ready to go here. And incidentally, I use the same technique when I'm cooking my lamb shanks as well. So it's a very versatile recipe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the high heat of the oven first to give it a little bit of a sear, and then I'm going to layer it on top of a bed of onions, seal it up tightly, and let it cook in the oven slow and slow so that the meat gets tender and falling off the bone. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place these guys in my roasting pan. What I'm going to do here first, and I'm going to go ahead and just lay them out, and I'm going to season them in the pan here. Again, I'm trying to just cut down on steps and make this an easy dish, and I hope you like it. It's super versatile. This is like my go-to way of how I cook chicken in the oven. Let's get all these guys here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just season them. I'm very rustic with this dish, just whatever kind of feels good for you. You can put different seasoning here if you like. Make sure to give plenty of salt. And some pepper. I like to just do a little bit of turmeric on everything here. And a little bit of cinnamon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just flip these around to get the other side and absorb any of the spices that are on the bottom of the pan. And I'll go ahead and do the same on the other side as well. All right, I'm going to take this chicken into the oven and cook it for about 10 minutes at a high heat of 500. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on my onions. I go ahead and slice 2 large onions and place them in the bottom of another roasting pan and get them ready for the chicken to nestle in on top. The onions play a key role here and provide moisture to the dish. After the initial 10 minutes of cooking the chicken is now browned nicely, although not cooked through. I tuck them in all nice and cozy and ready for the next step. All right. This looks great. I am super excited about it. Okay, I am going to just add a little bit of water just to get it going. You don't need to worry about too much. I'm talking about like half a cup, if that, that I'm just putting in there just to keep it moist until the moisture from the chicken and the onions release itself. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this tightly with foil and stick it back into the oven for about an hour to let it cook all the way through. Okay. All right, so this chicken has been simmering away for about an hour in the oven at 400 degrees, and let's take a look at what's going on here. Ooh. All right, wow, steamy, steamy. All right, this is looking really, really good. You can see all the juices are kind of like releasing itself. Those onions are getting all soft and caramelized, and the chicken is pretty much like falling apart here. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of mix this up a little bit. One thing about this chicken dish, you can go ahead and serve it just like this, and it's super delicious. Don't forget those juices. You can pour it over your rice. It is such a delicious addition to any rice dish that you're making. But also traditional is to add a little bit of tomato sauce to it. You could use a little bit of tomato paste and mix that with a little bit of water or broth. Or you can just go straight with the sauce itself and go ahead and just pour it all over all of the chicken and all of the juices. And I'm going to go ahead and mix this all up together. Turn them all over and baste the chicken now that has that sauce on it. Looks amazing here. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this back into the oven just for a few more minutes, just to get that tomato sauce warmed through and get everything luscious and beautiful and ready to serve. All right, back into the oven. This time I'm going to just leave it uncovered for about 5 minutes. All right, check this out. What a beauty. That is happiness right there. Okay, so this looks perfect. I just let it simmer a few more minutes in the oven together with the tomato sauce, and it is just so lovely. I'm just like basting it a little bit. But I'm ready to serve this. This is ready to go. So let's go ahead and put it into our serving bowl. Okay, here's one of my favorites. And I'm going to go ahead and just put these pieces of chicken, these drumsticks, all lovely into this bowl to serve. These are fall apart. They have been simmering in the oven with the onions and spices. And most of this water, most of this juice is from the, most of the juice is from the onions and the chicken itself. I just added a little bit just to get it started. All right. And I'm going to just take this sauce with the onions and ladle it right on top of everything right here. You can also serve this in a little bowl on the side of your rice. All right, looks amazing here. I see that there's one little piece of chicken here that has my name all over it. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste here. Mmm, 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 mmm. That was comfort all in one bite. You know, it needs a little bit more salt that I'm just going to add, but it takes me back to being a kid at my mom's house and just the simple chicken, the braised chicken. My mom would make it on the stovetop. This is an easier version for me, and I can make a big batch of it straight into the oven and let the oven do the heavy lifting here. Amazing. I am so excited to have shared this recipe with you. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Happy cooking, and thank you for following me along. Bye-bye. Serve with some Persian rice or some lavash bread and fresh herbs. Subscribe to learn more of my recipes.